Okay guys, welcome back. We are now entering the recording session part of the workshop lah. As we've gone earlier through the microphones, the miking, it's all been set up, and we've got the drummer from the band. Now let me just talk very quickly about the band that I picked. Right, the name of the band is called they are called Violet Remains. Okay, so they're a KL-based band, quite a new band. I actually worked with them before. I mixed their very first single which they released. Okay, so obviously as I mentioned earlier, all the pre-production rehearsals I already did previously with the band. So, what we're going to do is let's take a listen first, right, to the song, right? So this is the rough demo that they recorded over at my studio. So it's very raw. It's not mixed. It's just a very rough balance, but it gives you the idea of the tracks lah. Okay, and we're also going to be using the bass and the guitars and the vocals as the guide. You see, okay. So let's take a listen to the first, right, to the song. So this the track is called the song is called "In Vain" by Violet Remains. Okay, let's listen to the demo. Second verse. Second break chorus. You can see it's a different drum pattern. He's doing more on the toms. It goes to the bridge. Last chorus. And outro. Alright. Outro the guitar solo lah. All right, so that's the song. That's the demo that we recorded. Okay, so this is absolutely raw, right? Nothing, no processing whatsoever lah. It's just balancing. There are a couple of things, right? So this is obviously this finalized structure, where you can see it's quite a standard kind of a pop song formula lah, because this is definitely geared towards something more mainstream, more of a pop rock. Intro, verse, first verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, then bridge and chorus. So that is your classic, right? Pop song formula lah. So let's do the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a sound check / line check lah. Okay, so I'm going to dial in the levels, right? That's going to feed into the DAW. Okay, and what I'm using over here, I'm actually running on QA's Pro 10, right? So what it doesn't really matter what DAW you use back at home in your own system, right? The concepts are the same lah, right? What I'm going to kind of demonstrate to you, all the concepts are all going to be the same. Okay, so let's start first. Okay, right. Let's talk to the drummer. Hi Shuhib, are you all good? Okay, can we start with the kick drum, please? Okay, so I'm checking my levels, my input levels, right? So I want to make sure that obviously you do not want to clip, right, your levels. And I'm talk a little bit more about operating levels at a in one of our future sessions lah. Okay, so what I'm kind of aiming for is I kind of want a kick drum to kind of maybe peak at about -12. At the moment, this is a little bit hot. Okay, let me just turn it down. Maybe I should put a pad, I think. Okay, kick drum, yeah? Just keep going. There we go. Okay, roughly there. Okay, so that should be a good balance level. Okay, let's move on. Snare drum, please. Okay, so snare, there's actually 3, right? There are actually 3 mics on the snare. So let's listen first of all. This is how the dynamic sounds like. Okay, so very typical kind of a dynamic sound, right? It's kind of a bit fat sounding, right? Okay, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to match the level on the, make sure that I'm getting the same level on the dynamic and the condenser. Okay, so that's the dynamic, that's the condenser. Okay, let's listen to the condenser, right? So the condenser on the snare sounds like this. You can hear that it's a little bit brighter, right? A little bit more slightly fuller, right? Than the dynamic. Dynamic is more focused around the mid range. Okay, so we can have both. Let's put about 10. A second. Let me bring up the snare a little bit more. Let me bring up the dynamic a little bit more. Okay, then the bottom. Just a touch. Okay, let's listen to the snare bottom. This is how the snare bottom sounds like. Okay. See? So this is capturing more of the rattle of the snare lah, okay? Alright, okay. Should. Right. Stand by, hold on, Shuib. Okay. So the snare bottom actually comes very, very handy because you can always think of mics and microphones not only just capturing, but these are also actually for tonal control. So as you can see, because the snare bottom is capturing the rattle of the snare wire, it's actually you can think of it as a brightness controller, right? So you have two ways. You can either, firstly, you can EQ the snare top mics, right? Make it brighter, right? Or in this case, you can always add in a little bit more of the snare bottom, right? To give it a little bit more brightness, lah. Okay. There's the cons of recording, the cons of capturing and adding EQ to the top mic is you run the risk of the leakage coming from the hi-hat, right, and the cymbals. Because if you boost the highs on that, right, the cymbal leakage and everything, the hi-hat leakage on the snare mic sometimes might get a little bit uncontrollable, lah. So that's why, you can always use this. A snare bottom mic is useful if you want to add brightness to the snare without having to EQ. Okay, cool. Shun. Okay, Shuib, let's move on to hi-hat, please. Hi-hat. Okay, right, so mix of a close and open lah. Yeah, some close, some open. Okay, very good. Okay, can you play the chorus, kick, snare, and hi-hat? Play the chorus. Alright, okay, so I realized that I need to turn this down. See, it's important also to hear. Keep going, Shuib, don't worry, keep going. Yeah, it's important to also hear how the context of the hi-hat is going to sound with the whole kit. That's why I asked him to play with the kick and snare also, right? Then only I balance it in. Okay, let's bump it all the way left. Alright, thank you. Okay, so okay, now actually what I'm going to move on to next, right, is I'm not going to go on to the toms and everything. I'm actually going to listen to the overheads now. Okay, now for me, I always want to sort of to me, overheads actually the most important thing because you're capturing the overall drum sound. The overall drum sound, a lot of the character, a lot of the actual tonality actually comes from the overhead lah. Okay, so in mixing, in this kind of approach, we call this a top down kind of a mixing approach, right? So some people, when they mix drums, they do it this way. They start with a kick, then they bring in the snare, right, hi-hat, all the close mics, the toms, then only they add in the overheads. I prefer to do it the other way around. I actually prefer to actually use the overheads and bring the overheads in very, very early on in the project lah. Okay, right? Especially when I'm tracking or even recording. Kick first, then straight away, instead of going to the snare, let's go with the overheads. Okay. So Shuib, play the chorus. Yeah. So let's check the overheads. Let's mute the close mics first. Okay, overheads are coming in on the R&B 3 and 4. Correct, yes. Okay, let me check the balance of levels first. Bring up the overheads. Okay, here they go. So this is only kick and overheads, yeah? For now, okay? Shuib, sorry, just give me snare. Okay. Single hits, yeah? Okay. Now this is, I just want to verify. For me, I want to verify that the snare, especially in the overheads, is going to be dead center. So that's why I'm just asking you to play the snare only. Okay? Okay, I'm looking at the meters, making sure that they're even lah. So the right side needs to be now because of how it physically is. Sometimes you have to check and make sure that the gain level is balanced between the two. Okay. Okay, a little bit more on the right. Remember, this is a drummer's perspective, huh? Okay, that should be right. Okay, I just need this to be a little bit louder. Okay, nice. Okay, very good. Okay, so should check on the all the symbols, please. Just crash on the symbols one by one. Yeah. And also on the right. Hang on a second. I think we've got the patching the other way around. Right? Okay. Okay, never mind. Just ignore it lah. The patching is actually the other way around, okay? Because I wanted it to be on from a drummer's perspective. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, okay, now we can hear the right on the. Okay, single crash on the crashes, bro. One by one. Okay, cool. Alright, so okay, now here's what I'm hearing now. I'm hearing that the crash on the left, right, which is the 16-inch crash, that's a little bit softer, slightly softer. Sometimes it can be due to the size of the cymbal, different volume, different types of cymbals got different type of volume lah. So here's the thing, alright, how your cymbals sound, right, in your drum recordings. It's very important down to how your miking is. Because in this case, now that it's not balanced, right? I can hear the 18-inch crash is a bit louder than the 16-inch. In your recording, it's gonna be like that already. In your mixing, to control and to fix that issue, it's gonna be next to impossible to fix lah. Unless you go crazy and automate, and every single time you crash, you have to bring up the left hand side when you crash cymbal. So, Suhaib, so this is what I need, bro. The 16-inch can needs to go a bit higher. No. Just bring it a little bit higher. Yeah, that's all. The 18-inch is fine. No. Sorry. Which is the 18, huh? On your right. Yeah, so this is the 16. The 16 needs to go higher up. Just bring it up like maybe a 1 inch or 1 inch. Yeah, so this is what you need to do. You need to get it right there, right? So in this case, my miking, I'm really satisfied with it, how the stereo image goes. So this is where the kind of adjustments you need to do. Bring it up. Sometimes the difference it can be a difference of like 1 or 2 inches. Then make it balance. You see? Okay. All right. Oh wow, it's all locked up. Okay. Can I hear it again? The crash. Well, wait for Richard to go away first. Otherwise, you make him deaf. Can I check again? Crash. And then the 18. Okay, see, it's much better, right? Balance wise, okay, it is a darker cymbal, it is slightly darker, so there's no difference, but at least volume wise, they're a little bit more balanced. So all these kind of things you have to make sure, right? A very big culprit sometimes is if you're recording like the heavier stuff, hard rock or metal, is when they have a China. China cymbal usually very loud, so you got to be careful where you position it. Maybe you need to position it a little bit further. Always check how these cymbals sound like in the overheads before you even press record. Okay, right? So give me the full drum kit again, bro. Yeah, plus some crashes. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to check the room mic. Okay. Let's bring the level up. mute that. Let's listen to the room. Let's listen to the room. The room is coming from the stereo mic, okay? Right, okay. Pretty interesting, right? So keep playing. Yeah. Right. Sweet, okay. Nice, okay. Right, okay, stand by. Hold on, stop for a while. Right, so that's actually the stereo mic. Now, in this case, the way the stereo mic is being oriented, we're using only a single stereo mic. So the way that it's done, I've twisted and turned the capsule so that it's now 90 degrees off to each other. So this kind of a method of stereo miking is what we refer to as XY lah. Okay, so you have two microphones. You can always do that with two separate microphones, right? And you position them so that they're in an X and a Y pattern like that lah. Okay, so that's basically what it is. You can also go closer and take a look at the how the mic is being oriented, how the capsules are 90 degrees over each other. As I mentioned, 90 degrees will give you the widest XY. That one you can always go narrower as well, right? You can go up to like 15, 30, 45 and so on and so forth lah, right? It's really cool, very interesting mic. Okay, so what I'm gonna need now actually is for Richard to sort of put the baffles and the gobos in front there. Okay, so roughly just block it out lah. But we'll move on. We can do that. We can do that later. Okay. Now, okay, Suhaib, let's go back to play the full drum kit again. Yeah. Okay, let me balance in the snare. Overhead. Let's bring out a bit more of this room. See, as you bring up the room, it becomes a little bit more roomier. The drum sounds bigger that way, see? Okay? Okay, very cool. Let's go with Tom 1. Tom 1 is down here. Sometimes when the routing is different from your own studio, you get confused. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's mute all that. Okay, mute the rooms first. Okay, right. Tom 1. Okay, pan this slightly to the left. Okay, Tom 2. This one pan a little bit to the right. Flip the phase now. Ah, looks like I cannot flip the phase in here. That's alright, that's okay. That's okay. Floor tom, last one. Floor tom, please. Okay, very good. Okay, give me all the 3 toms, bro. 1, 2, 3. Okay, get it? Okay, so my second tom is slightly softer. Let me just balance that out. It's probably the polarity inverter. So if I can't do this here, I can do it in post lah, right? Once you recorded it. We'll check it out. Okay, last but not least, give me the right symbol, but play the song. Play the song again. I always want to listen how it sounds in context. You see, so play the part of the song with the right symbol. Okay. Now, this is no right mic yet. This is just the overheads only. Personally, I think it's really clear already, right? But it's always just in case lah. If you just record it just in case, right? This is no right mic. It's really clear already. Let me just sort of hear how it goes. This is just the right mic. Don't really need it. Yeah. Don't really need it also. Sweet. Okay. Thank you very much, man. Okay. Next thing we do, part of checking the monitoring and checking the balance also. Okay. I'm gonna play the track, Shuib. So kita check and let me know how the balance is lah with your headphones. Okay. All right. We double check again your click, the guides and everything. So just record only lah. I'm the tracks. All right. We stand by for a take. Just do one practice run lah. Okay. But try your best and see. You never know. Okay. Okay, out there have to be silence. I hope they don't like sneeze or the phone rings or whatever. Okay, here we go. One, two, three. Right, let's stop it for a while, for a second. Hey, Shuhib, how's your headphone mix? Is everything okay? Alright, click track, the guide track, somewhere okay, yeah? Alright, so of course the most important thing, right, Shuhib, is to lock in with the click lah, right? Because obviously guides are only guides, okay? So because we're gonna re-record them. So when you do guide tracks, if you're gonna be working with guide tracks, it's kind of important to also try to make sure that they are in time and they're tight as well. Some people, they come in with the idea of guide tracks is like just guide lah, just very sloppy and and it's done very sloppily. But the problem is if your guide tracks are a bit sloppy, when the drummer's listening to it, he gets affected by the sloppiness. So your guide tracks should also be as as tight timing wise and everything lah. Okay, right, doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be the perfect capture, but at least make sure timing wise is all solid lah. Okay. Right, so headphone mix, everything good, kan? Okay, so what we're gonna do next is let's go for an actual take lah. Okay, now the click track that I've generated in here, okay, the click track that I have in here, it's not actually the internal click track. What I do, I just want to very quickly show you. I actually have my click track as actually a MIDI. This is actually a MIDI track, right? Now this is kind of a method which I was taught lah in how to do MIDI tracks, click tracks. The reason is I can customize the click. right? Because most DAWs will come in with a very standardized kind of a click, right? You know, whatever sound they use, like cowbell sound or some clip, some kind of beep sound. What I do is, all right, I put this click track here. Let me sort of click on this. So it's actually MIDI notes. Okay, MIDI notes, and I'm running into a drum sampler. In this case, Steinberg's Groove Agent. Right, let me show you where it is. Come on, go. Oh, there you go. Yep. Right. So I have loaded into this sampler lah. You know, things like my cowbell. Right. And what I do is I have the cowbell on 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. I have this what we call the go-go bell on the 1. So every time on the downbeat on the 1, there's this emphasis. And I put this little shaker, or actually it says here kabasa, but it's more like a shaker, okay? So the shaker, I have to put it on the 16 notes. So it's instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, I have it 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. This actually helps the drummer. It helps the musician actually keep the pulse a little bit better when you subdivide into 16ths lah. So that's why I prefer doing it this way. Okay. So as I was saying just now, right? So this allows me using this method, you know, putting a click track and then sending out to a drum sampler, or you know or any kind of a MIDI sampler lah, right? Helps me to sort of customize a click track. Okay. So let's get on with the actual tracking. Okay, headphone mix all good. Let's go for a take, yeah? Okay, stand by. When you're ready, bro. Okay, let's go. Right, take 1. One, two, three. Okay, very good work, Ben. Okay, so good work. One take with no mistakes. So let's play back and listen to the recording. This should be the correct one. I turned off the guy vocal. I just want to listen to the end. Actually, when you turn off the click, actually sounds okay, you know? No? Okay, right. So that's actually a very strange, funny observation, isn't it? When you turn off the click, suddenly it sounds actually it's fine, you know. But of course, when you if you listen with a click, all right, always and you're comparing, all right, then you start to pick up mistakes lah. So again, this is more of a production decision. You know, do you want it to be a little bit more, you know, free? You want the drummer to have his groove, right? Because I know that because he's a good drummer, right? Very very experienced drummer. Okay, so it's more of your own his own internal groove. You want to keep or you want to preserve that, or whether do you want to tell the drummer to be, oh, I want you to be like really on the dot kind of a feel. So that is you decide lah, right? Whether the song requires it or not. But suddenly when I listen back, right, with just the guy, suddenly it's okay already. No no problem. Okay. Okay, so right, just a few key points lah, Shuib. Okay. Okay, now the first row going into the first field going to the chorus, I also just simplify it a little bit. Okay. Okay, right. I told you right, we have to simplify it. Right, so yeah, so don't do the double kick. Yeah, just do single kick. Right, and don't need the flam. No, don't have to flam on the snare and the tom. So just simple lah. Right. Okay, so that's one. Okay. Okay, so that's 1 point. Let's listen onwards. Okay. Actually, if you want, can you come in here so we can see you on the camera, man? Come, say hi to the camera. Camera is there, but stand here lah. Duduk sini lah. Don't be shy. Okay. This is the drummer for Violet Remains. Okay. Right. Okay. Cool. Can see him, right? Okay. Let's listen back. Continue the chorus. Okay, groove actually is good. If on the hi-hat, if you can, because you're doing like 8 notes kan, maybe can we accent make the difference a little bit more distinct, more clear? Because now it's a bit more consistent. So can we make it a little bit more so it sounds a bit more groovy lah? So you know what I mean? The dynamics between the 8 notes is a bit more. You have a much more clearer apparent dynamic difference lah between the two. It will make it a little bit more groovier lah. Yeah, just that, yeah. But timing, tempo is all good. bridge, remember? No kick drum, eh? Yeah, no kick drum. Actually, what we'll do is we'll do all these parts. I think we'll do separate lah. First intro, first verse, separate take. Then the first chorus, separate take, and we'll do it separately lah. Okay, right. So remember, bridge, no kick, no kick drum. Kick drum only here. Okay, here also, alright. I know it's because I have it. Your pedal on the hi hat, right? Okay, so this part, yeah, don't play the hi hat, right? Because I know you're keeping time, everything, right? So you see, working musicians I like that, right? But in this case, just keep the just have a single hit, right? Yeah, right. Just single hit. Going to last chorus, that kind of double pad, they're okay. Yeah, for last chorus because more impact lah. Okay, right. Let me just listen a little bit. Okay, I'm cool. I'm good. So those are my notes lah. First chorus, going to first chorus, simplify a little bit. The hi hat in the verse, try to make it a little bit more distinct lah. Instead of I don't know whether that makes sense or not. Okay, right. Basically, the bagi the accent a little bit more clear lah. And no kick in the bridge. Okay, only when we go to the marching part, then the kick comes back in, and no hi hat here. Okay, but we'll tackle all these parts one by one. Okay, and all these sections a little bit by bit lah. Okay, cool. Thank you, man. All right, so I just want to listen a little bit more. I'm still a little bit bothered by the imbalance of the cymbals. The cymbal here still sounds a bit loud, but I want to check and see, is it because of it's being picked up by the tom mic or not? So let me just listen a little bit, okay? All right. Okay, so see, especially when it's crashing on this right hand side, that's really loud compared to the cymbal on this side. So let's see, is it because of the let's compare, listen to it. Probably. Okay, listen again to just the solo, the overheads. Right, okay. They seem to sound fine in here. Let's listen to the room. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, alright, cool. Maybe we need to still tweak the overheads a little bit lah. Okay. Can I just have the two crashes again? Can you just check the left hand, the crash? Just play. Just crash. Yeah, it still sounds very soft. Okay, I think that the 16-inch, if you can, maybe still go up a little bit more, like a few inches this time. Yeah. Can we bring that up a little bit more? See, these kind of things, especially with overheads, you have to solve it there on the drum kit one. The balance of the cymbals and everything. It's very hard to solve and to fix in post lah. Okay, right. Now there are ways sometimes if you don't have control over the recording, you can also sometimes cheat lah. you can always layer in a symbol sample. Sometimes that happens lah. You layer in the sample to sort of balance out the, because this is loud, right, and this is soft. This one is loud, this one is a bit soft. So in order to balance it, maybe you put in another symbol sample so that this one, you know, will match lah. Okay, so sometimes that's what happens. There's several reasons lah. You know, firstly the distance of that, and also the type of symbol. Okay, right, we probably should have spent a little bit more time choosing the symbols earlier today, but we didn't have like a lot of time to check lah. Okay, all right. Hey, hi there, man. Are you there? Can we just play the symbols again? Crash on the symbols. Okay, a little bit better lah when it you know, a little bit better, but much better matching. Okay. So all right, let's check your click track. So just now you mentioned your click track a little bit louder, right? Okay, let me give it to you a little bit louder. Actually, this is kind of the loudest it can go. Let me bring it here. We check and see, yeah? Let's try it, test it. Ooh, it's super loud in here. How is it? Better? Better, yeah? Alright. Okay, so let's go intro and first verse. Right? So that means at the end of the first verse, okay, we stop there first lah, yeah? Okay, so just crash, psh, and then we stop. Alright, so let's go for the real take. Just now it's just a warm up. Okay, let's go for the real take now lah. Okay, okay, intro and first verse, yeah? Rolling. One, two, three, four. Okay, very good. Okay, let's listen back. Playback first. Okay, stand by, huh? Okay, let's listen back to that. That's all good, I think. Listen without play. Add in like a little kind of a loop in the background. Maybe lah. I'm hearing this again lah. Alright, okay, Chun. Okay, let's move on to the chorus. Okay, stand by, huh? Are you ready for the chorus, bro? Shuib? So remember, just a simple fill in to town, right? Kick and a snare and float on, pum. That's where we go. That's how we describe lah in studio word lah. To tom. Okay, alright. Going into that will be 4 bars enough, cukup? 4 bars is enough? Alright, okay, cool, man. Usually when it comes to drummers, alright, you give them a little bit more because, you know, a little bit more time for them to get into the groove, lah, right? So at least 4 bars, lah. Okay, stand by, go into chorus. Okay, rolling. Okay, right. I can hear the first snare is a bit laid back. Yeah, the first snare coming in was a bit late. Okay, so, but that's the right idea lah. Let's try again, one more time. Okay, I don't mind if it's like somewhere in the middle. You know, it's a little bit late. I can edit it. But the very first one, you know, so it's like it sets the precedent, you see. Okay, okay, let's go. Same place, 4 bars here. Right, cool, right? Very good. Very good. I'm pretty happy with that, man. Nice. Okay, we just listen back first, yeah? Okay, so now different when you work with different bands, different drummers, you can have different styles lah, right? So some drummers maybe you want to just give them do one whole take and then go back and just punch in and fix certain areas. Or like in this case, let's focus section by section lah. Okay, now preferably again it depends. That's where you need to get to know the band, you see. You need to get to know with the musician. You see what they prefer, what they're most comfortable with lah. Okay, but if I'm working with, let's say, like Ujang exists or everything, he's like, oh, he's legendary lah. Okay, legendary. He's like one take, right? Setup will take 1 hour, but then we record 15 minutes, 20 minutes, done already. It's like, for me as a studio owner, rugi, you know. Okay, right? Because he does it so fast, see? But that's the joy lah, right? But Shuhaib also great, right? Also professional, okay? Right? Right? I was talking about telling them stories about Ujang. Alright, okay. Okay, so going into the second chorus here. Okay, for the second chorus, your drum fill, alright, do you have something else, something different? Can you just play maybe something for me to hear? This one can be a little bit more busier lah. Or something like that. I'm sorry, I mean the one masuk going into the second chorus. So after the pre-chorus one, da 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 da. Yeah. 2, 3. So that was the first chorus, kan? So second chorus maybe something a little bit more exciting. 2, 3. No, the pre-chorus is fine. It's just the little feel going into the chorus. This one. The ta. Something there different, because instead of just the ta, you know. Yeah, that one. So we change it to something a little bit more. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's do that. Right, so this is a snare lah, snare flam, right? Okay, we do that one, but later on I want another alternative. which is just one. To pra, dish on the snare. Can we try? Can we give me two takes here? So first option, give me with the pra to bish. Can? Right tune. Let's go. Right. That's good. Okay, so give me option two. Just one snare hit to pra, right? Okay. Okay. So take two here. Alright, very good, man. This one I will probably only take the intro, the fill to pra, and also the last fill, because I kind of hear that the previous take chorus was actually better, right? To me lah, right? I kind of heard it that way. Stand by, Shuhib. We go into the bridge. Okay, now because I want to make it sound like it's seamless. So what I do is I just duplicate the track. So that the routing or the assignment would be the same lah. It's easier to do it that way instead of like having to create new track and then put your routing and all that. Okay, so this is much easier. Shortcut, right? If we can do a shortcut, let's take shortcuts. Okay, so let's just do all the first half of the bridge here, all the cymbal work. Can? See, for the cymbal work, I only need to record the overhead in the room. I don't need all the close mics. So yeah, less tracks lah. Otherwise, you end up with too many tracks. Okay. Okay. One more time. Here we go. Okay, cool. So actually, Shrip, it's mostly on the right cymbal, kan? Can we give me a variety, another version where you have like, I mean, one same pattern sama, but you know, one on the right and then another one on the left hand side, the 16-inch crash lah. Can I just play and see how it sounds in here? Yeah, can we try that? Can you give me that as an option? It's a little bit more interesting to have the cymbals go ding 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 left right instead of everything on the right. You know, sonically it's more interesting. Correct? Okay, let's do it that way, yeah? Okay? Okay, stand by. Here we go. Okay, let's listen back to it. Okay, let me mute something first, because I can hear the kick drum that's coming from the guide, I think. Okay, that's because there's not supposed to be any kick drum going on there. Very confusing. Still can hear a kick. I was like, inside me, I was like thinking, hey, is he playing the kick? You know? So that's why I have to double check lah. Okay. Now it sounds funny as well. Okay, Shuib, the pattern actually is the same, right? It's the same pattern, right? When you play on the right just now? No. Don't simplify. Play the exact same pattern but only on the crash. Can we do that? Yeah, so it's the same pattern as the right but only play on the left hand crash. Yeah. So okay, let's do this. Because I kind of there's a bit of imbalance between the two sounds, so I have it record separately that thing on just a crash cymbal, and then maybe we can have both, you know, so it's more interesting lah. Okay, we try again, yeah. Here we go. Stand by, just on the crash only, yeah. Same pattern. Ready? Okay, let's go. That one is very hard to it's kind of very dark sounding cymbal, so it doesn't cut through. Okay, good job, eh? Hold on, good job. Okay, I don't need the right on this, so I can keep the right here. Okay, let's keep it this way. Let's see how this sounds. Hang on a second, let me just listen to. So this is just the ride. Okay, right. So this is how it is. Right, and then the. Okay. Got a little bit of difference there, but I don't mind. Okay. Yeah, especially in the middle. That's fine. Okay, cool. Let's move back to the marching band punya section. Okay. And let's see. And then going into all the attacks, right? On the crashes. Remember, no hi-hat, Okay. Almost there, man. More than halfway already. Okay, stand by, 4 bars into the marching band section. Okay, ready, go. Okay, I know what I want to do now. Okay, Shuib, so let's do this. Okay, let's just do one take. Kick drum only. All right. So just fall on the floor, kick drum lah. Okay. Okay. Just guys, just tag along with me. See where I'm going to go with this lah. All right. Okay. Just kick drum only, yeah. Very good. Okay, actually we don't really need that last one, but that's fine. Okay. All right. So next thing, snare drum only. Okay. Let me bring this up again. So let's just do only the snare drum, yeah? Okay. Okay, give me a second. Let me sort of do all the routing first here. Okay, because I kind of want to maybe process the marching snare drum a little bit different. So I want to kind of record it separately, you see. I want to make the marching snare drum sound a bit more ambient, a little bit more reverby kind of thing. You know, really, really marching band kind of a style. These ideas actually just came to me spontaneously, you know. So it's like, oh, it's like, this is possible. Let's do it, okay? Why not, right? So sometimes in the studio you can be a little bit more creative also lah. Alright? Let your creativity run wild. Okay, tune. So this one kita just do the snare only, yeah? So same thing lah, okay, with all the crescendo at the end also lah. Okay, jom, tune, let's go. First snare a bit soft lah. The very first snare. So can I hear how you do it? Ta. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Can you run through the pattern with me again? Can I hear it? Oh, okay. So it's only the fourth one, baru you do the, what is that? Is that a paradiddle? Huh? The 5-stroke roll, is it? So you're only doing it on 4. Why don't we try? Let's do it on all the alternate. That means like 2 and 4. Yeah, it's more interesting. So the first one is ta. Okay, right. So let's break it down. Okay, so okay, first bar like normal ta. Then second bar ta. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, let's try that and see. Okay, so make sure the first snare hit also strong, yeah. Okay, jump 4 bars. Oh, first half, how come only the snare only on 1 bar? Yeah, because what you did here is so actually what I want is actually yeah. Actually the same, just that your 5-stroke roll, instead of just putting it on the 4th bar, put it on the 2nd bar also lah. So bagi dia busy sikit, you see. You get what I mean? Okay, man. But that's that a bit of miscommunication there. No problem. Okay, let's try again. One more, yeah? Same place. Okay, hold on now. Alright. Oh no. Guess what? I forgot to press record. Okay, these kind of things happen lah, alright? Okay. Because I was messing around with the monitor level. I forgot that I didn't press record. Okay. Sorry, Suhaib. You have to do one more. Okay, but that's the right idea lah. Correct pattern, yeah? Okay, jom. Hey, so I keep it real, man. So these kind of things happen. I mess up also sometimes lah, okay? I forget to press record lah, forget to press arm lah. It happens lah, okay? Here we go. Okay, Chun. All right, let's move on. Let's go on and proceed with the next one lah. So next one will be just the on all the attacks, the crashes. 3, 4, bash. There. Bish. Okay, so you're crashing on both symbols, kan? Yeah, both symbols. So this one is big. It's got to be the big crash lah, big attack. Okay, stand by, yeah. And we try to go all the way, if you can, all the way to the end. So going into the attacks, yeah. Ready, go. Okay, Chun. Okay, that's fine. Just going into that field kan. Degedak deng. You are playing with what? Dengan floor tom eh? One floor tom only or two? If it's just only one floor tom, sound. Let me hear how it sounds. I think snare and floor tom lah sounds better lah. Yeah. Okay. Everyone in here is also nodding their head. It's like yeah. Yeah. So snare and floor tom. Okay. Right. Jom. Let's do that. Okay. Just punch in dekat that the filler, because the attacks are all good already. Okay. Here we go. Let me make sure I'm correct. Yes. Right. That sounds pretty good. Let's listen back to it, okay? Whenever we're tracking the drums or tracking any kind of bass or any of the instruments, a very common mistake that happens is that, after the last crash, stop recording already. It's like, that happens a lot, okay? So then when the tracks come to me to mix, right, it's like, alamak, it got cut off like that. It sounds like it's been chopped off, and you can't do anything. I can't do anything about it already. It sounds like it's cut off. So when you're doing a recording, always whenever, like for example, the very last crash, okay, let's just mute everything. Just let it sustain all the way until it dies down, right? For drummers and all that also, they have to know lah. Studio drummers, they will know one. They'll keep quiet and all that. Same with your bass, same with guitar or any kind of instrument, right? So if it is kind of a big sustain ending, just let the note sustain, boom. Of course, not for 1 minute lah, okay, right? So until reasonable time, then you can stop, because you can always fade it out, right? In the mix, you can always fade it out later. Better to have a long sustain rather than and then cut off it. You cannot do anything. There's no option. Okay, let's listen back to it. Pretty happy with what we've got. Let's listen from the bridge. That sounds a little bit delayed. Okay, but let me sort this out first. Okay, no worries. Right, the snare is a little bit rushed. That's fine. Alright, okay. Sorry, Shape. I need you to punch in that last attack, that crash gun, and the feel. Because you hear what happened, right? Because when I punched it in this way, suddenly the symbols disappeared. So that is weird, you see. So Shuib, you know where the core? Yeah, coming out of the bridge, the breakdown chorus first. This last crash. And then tung. Yeah, because the way that I was punching in just now, the symbol suddenly, when in the field, suddenly the symbol just disappeared. You see? Can we do that? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So the crash attack, bish, tung. Yeah, tu je. Okay, very good. Very good, very good. Okay, let me continue listening, yeah? Alright, okay, cool. That was good. I feel you could do better. Can we try one more take of the last chorus ke? Boleh? So same place, right? Come in on that last crash and the fill in lah. Okay. Actually, I'm happy with that, but I just want to see whether he can deliver something a little bit more energy. Maybe a little bit more energy because last chorus, especially in terms of the snare. Yeah. Kita try ya. Let's go for it. Here we go. Different role, is it? Ah, okay, right. You were really, it was actually really good, It was really good just now, okay? Okay, no worries. We try one more take? Okay, ready? Okay, guys, one more take, okay? Because if not, the other guy, they are out there in the live room and we can hear them talking. Okay, here we go. All right, that's very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Just let me quickly play back. I will take from just the roll in the middle because the previous one was the chorus was really very good already actually. Then he forgot the roll.
That happens.
Okay, you have to take it from here. You think we got it? What do you think? You guys? Do you think we got it? Do you think we got a take? Hey, everyone here, we're gonna be budding music producers, man. We must learn to make a decision and say, yeah, we got it. Or somebody gonna say, nah, no lah, we try again lah, one more lah. Okay, right. When you're doing your own project, okay, then you can make the decision lah, okay? I think we've got what we're good. I'm really happy with what we have. Great job. Okay, Shuib, you are done. All right, thank you. Great. You want to come in and let's take a listen to the drum track, okay? Okay, right. Let's get Shuib in. So let's have one listen. Yeah, yeah. So let's just take a listen now. Very good. Yay. Okay, good job, man. So very, very good job. Okay. So okay, cool. No, 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 no. There's no editing here, man. You know? Come on, man. You can see a witness here, right? There's no editing here. Okay. Right. So great. So at the end of the day, so now I'm really happy with what we've got and what we've captured. So what we're gonna go on and move on next. Obviously, next week we're gonna continue with recording the bass lah. Okay, but you can also look and see in your schedules, right? I used to talk about a little bit about drum sample replacement. So and also a little bit of drum editing. So we will see how we will apply all these things in in a kind of a modern rock kind of situation scenario lah. Okay, cool. Everyone can take again another 5 minute break. We will move back outside and then we will wrap up, with our final two topics lah. Okay, right. So cool. Who needs to go to a toilet break or whatever? Okay, go ahead. Okay.